We'll start off with Jerry Hill from the Baylor Bears Insider.
Gary, I guess just, how has your progression, come along, coming back from the injury? Coach said it took a little bit, that you were a little bit slow getting back just because the ham wasn't there. But where do you feel like you are right now?
I feel like I'm in a great spot now. I mean, it's been quite a few weeks. So then it's about my second and third week, just getting back in the groove of doing everything. I honestly feel great right now. I think I'm in a great spot, honestly. Like I can do everything now. I've been running around and throwing the ball on the run, been throwing the ball well. So I feel like I'm trending in the right direction. I'll be good.
Next is John Werner from the Waco Tribune-Herald.
Gerry, what does it mean to you to get a chance to play in the Sugar Bowl, and how difficult have the last few weeks been for you?
It means a lot to me. I'm just excited to be back, excited to be playing, excited to be out there leading the guys, just getting out there and having some fun and playing football with those guys. I mean, the last few weeks has been difficult, but I've enjoyed it. Just gave me time to sit back and I miss playing, but I was able to kind of see everything from a different perspective. I've been able to lead in a different way. Also, just been trying to get better and trying to help push the guys. I mean, we won the Big 12 championship, so it wasn't too bad, honestly. So it's been good.
Next is Eric Kelly from KWKT TV in Waco.
Yeah, even though we hadn't seen you play in a game, you took warm-ups against before Texas Tech. You took warm-ups before Oklahoma State. What was that final area where maybe you were just lacking a little bit that now with a couple more weeks of rest, you've caught up to physically that's made you feel like, okay, I can play and be my full self?
Then I was still limited. I still had quite a bit of pain. I couldn't run, to be honest with you. I could jog a little bit, but I couldn't really move around. So it's kind of a lot of different movements that I wasn't really able to do. So I knew I wasn't myself completely. But now I've been back and been doing everything. So I'm just excited, honestly. It feels good to be back running and moving around.
We'll go to Sam Kahn from The Athletic.
Hey, Gerry, Treston was just telling us a little bit earlier that you guys, I guess some of the guys had planned a trip in the spring and invited you to come, and you decided not to because you were, I guess, focused on trying to win this job. Can you tell me a little bit about that incident and kind of your approach to this job this offseason?
Yeah, so we plan to go to Miami on a little guys trip just to get away, spend some time with each other outside of Waco. And I ended up counseling on them to go train. They were a little salty about it, but they understood it. And I don't know, just as off season, I had a goal in mind. I knew what I wanted to do. I've spent some time here and I've enjoyed being here, but I want to lead this team. I know I came here because I want to lead this team someday. So I just knew that I had to put in that work to make sure that I improved and make sure I put myself in the best position to win the job. So that was my biggest focus, just to outwork everyone and just keep pushing myself. So that was kind of how my off season went.
We'll go to Ted Lewis from the New Orleans Times-Picayune.
Yes. If the playoff system expansion had gone through, you would be at home, or you actually be in the Sugar Bowl this week in a quarterfinal game. How much more would the players like being for the playoffs to be expanded and have more opportunities for the playoffs, or do you feel like that 4 is enough?
I honestly couldn't say. I mean, I'm pretty sure guys would enjoy having more games and having more of an opportunity to make it to the final. So I would think that guys would enjoy that more, but I don't know. I'm so used to the 4. It's like, it's kind of hard to picture it any other way, but I mean, that would be exciting to see. That'll be a part of. So.
We'll go to Curtis Quillen from KCN TV in Waco.
Gerry, how hard was it I know you tried and you just couldn't run is what you said, but how hard was it to watch those last couple of games from the sidelines? And I mean, what do you, as a second question, what do you feel like you guys have to prove this week against Ole Miss?
I'm gonna start with the first question. I mean, it was hard. Just I know I was doing everything possible to get myself to 100%, and the trainers were doing everything to get me well, but things just didn't work out that way. I mean, it was difficult, but I actually just put it in my mind that I knew it was I wasn't feeling well, so I knew it was a slim chance of me playing. But I don't know, just preparing with Blake, watching how hard he worked during that time, watching extra film with him, and just watching him go out there and have fun and just play well. That was exciting for me. That kind of like put a big smile on my face just seeing that a guy like that just sit back and work and to go unnoticed and just to see him work. It was exciting for me. Then just to see those guys push through all that adversity. I mean, it literally came down to the last play. Just the energy and the vibes I felt that through the entire game from everybody just constantly fighting. I mean, that was a great feeling. Even though I was on the sideline, just to know that I was still a part of that team, was able to watch that team. That was good enough for me, honestly. It wasn't about me at that time. It was about the team. So the team got it done. I'm more than excited to be a part of it.
The second part was, do you feel you and the team have something to prove this weekend?
Yes, we do. That's something we always will have. Every game, every time we touch the field, something to prove. We got something to prove at practice today. I think this is a big opportunity for us. This is a big game for us, and I think everybody's excited to play. And we know that we owe it to ourselves to win this game. So we're gonna go out there and do what we got to do.
Next, we'll go to Chris Williams from KWTX News in Waco.
Hey, Gerry, you said that when you were injured, obviously you had a new perspective, saw things a little differently. What are some things you picked up or maybe learned from watching on the sideline injured that will now help you play a little bit better?
Really, I would say just watching things from the sideline perspective. Honestly, if you can stay ahead of the change, you give yourself a better chance. That's the biggest thing for me. It's like just not forcing things, taking what defense gives you. Just stand ahead of the change, whether it's a 3-play drive or a 15-play drive, just stay ahead of the chains. I mean, one other thing is I've always heard that the game is a game of inches. The game is really a game of inches. So I would say that's something I pay big attention to and kind of grasp. But yeah, I learned a lot on just being on the sideline. I also learned just to be more vocal and how talking to people different ways and just seeing how different guys respond to certain things that gave me a better mindset about a lot of guys, just how open they were, how hard they fought. Because I know I'm always out there with them in it, but this time I was not in it with them technically. But I just know now that I'm back with them, I know exactly what we need, the type of energy we're going to play with, those kind of things. So
next is Jack Allen from KXXV TV in Waco.
Hey, Gerry, I was just wondering, you've had a long time to watch film on this Ole Miss defense. What have you seen out of them that maybe we can expect in this game?
They're a physical defense. They play really hard. They have some really good athletes on that side of the ball. I would say, honestly, they play really, really hard. They're really, really physical. They bring quite a bit of pressure. They're gonna heat you up a little bit. Honestly, they know they have good players, so they do certain things they're going to do multiple times because they just know that they have good players. So I think we just have to take advantage of what they do, make sure we pick up on their blitzes and just take advantage of everything they give us, knowing what coverage they're in, just because, they're really athletic. So a team like that don't have to do too many different things, or a team that don't have to really disguise anything because they know they have the players that going to make the play. So.
Next is David Ubben from The Athletic.
Gerry, Coach Rhymes mentioned that he was talking a lot about winning the Big 12 before the season. Was that something before the season that you believed and saw as realistic, and why or why not?
Oh, yeah. I knew it was really realistic. We talked about it all the time before the season. It was the goal. The goal was accomplished. We still got a ways to go. And I just knew just the energy around the facility. Coach Vic and his staff came in. The offseason we had the bonds that were created in the offseason, just to understand it between the coaches and the players. I would say just the vibes and the culture that we were developing, we knew we were going to be a good team. That's the thing about this university, this football team. The culture is like how we talk about how we play. Like everything we talk about, we're going to play that way. We're going to play physical. We're going to play dominant. We're going to play fast. Like it's just everything that we wanted to instill. It was instilled. And I mean, guys just were hungry. Coming off a 2-7 season last year, we knew that wasn't our standard. We knew what we needed to do to improve. So just working out with everybody and practicing in the offseason, we knew that we had the opportunity to win it, and the goal was to win it, and we won it. So.
Next is Matt Mosley from ESPN Central Texas.
Yeah, one last thing on your injury. So so I have this clear, Gary, you're at, in your mind, 100%. I'm just wondering if you truly like cut it loose in practice and take it off on one of those runs, because I think when you have a hamstring like that, you probably have to kind of relearn, at some point you got to trust it. Are you feeling truly 100%?
I do. I trust it. I've been feeling good. I mean, I was running with just the trainers before I came back to practice and running, because I know when I first started back practicing, everything was modified. I would literally only run with some of the trainers. So I knew when that was going well that I would be able to get the practice and run well. And then also just the fact that that went so well, then I had time to rest. Like, we had so much time in between. I knew I would have time to get healthy and just make sure I'm doing everything right, putting the right things in my body. So I actually do feel really, 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 really good. So I'm very excited. I'm very confident in my leg. So I think we're ready to roll.
All right, that was 3 reallys.
3 reallys, yeah, 3 reallys.
We'll now go to Eric Kelly with KWKT TV in Waco.
Real quick, going back to the Big 12 championship game, obviously Coach Aranda's reaction on that final play went a little bit viral on the internet. Do you guys get a kick out of that? And does he ever get mad or excited, or is that just him all the time?
Coach, that's Coach Aranda all the time. No matter the situation, no matter what is going on, that's Coach Aranda. I mean, we all know that, though. At first, it was like, wow, man, but that's him. So we're just excited for him. I mean, he's our leader, man. Now we know that's how he is, but we know when he's excited, we know he's not going to be all wow, but he's going to be excited. So when you talk to him, you know how excited he is. He really loves football. So things like that he get really excited about, but he does a good job holding it in, keeping his composure. So
thank you very much for your time this morning, Gary. We really appreciate it. Hope everything goes well with the rest of your preparations.
Thank you so much. Have a good one.
Thank you.